Today, I'm going to address one of the many issues involving our high school system. I recently visited Mary Carroll High School where I spoke to two teachers, one who is being directly affected by the issue and another who is watching it happen to their colleagues.
Anyway, TEA decided in their infinite wisdom to go ahead and make speech not a required class. Now, no big deal, right? It's still going to be offered in school, so it'll be still offered as an elective. But the problem is that, from what I'm seeing, is if it's not a required class, students aren't going to want to take it. So when the counselors go and ask them, oh, well, here's some classes, these are some electives that you can choose from, they're not really required. Speech is one of them. I think the default assumption is like, oh, well, if I don't have to take it, then I'd rather not, because I don't want to get up and talk in front of people. I don't want to communicate in front of a class. That's really nerve-wracking, and if I don't have to take that class, I won't I won't do it. So now the counselors are like, okay, that's fine, you don't have to. So now a very select few students end up taking the class. So that is really, to me, the big problem is that for the past few years, I don't know, maybe I'm just going to ballpark it, maybe 20 years, it's been a requirement. Now it's not, and now that it's not a requirement, long story short, you're not seeing enough students take it, which has now become a problem because now people like me who teach speech are no longer really needed in the school district, so therefore we are essentially laid off because there's not enough kids taking the class anymore, now that it's not a requirement.
Okay, how was the news of the problem presented to you?
How was I informed that I would not be coming back here next year, or, because that's really the heart of it. So I'll kind of tackle that myself along with some other colleagues of mine who teach speech at various high schools. We're basically told by our principals that it doesn't look like we're going to need you to come back next year because there's not going to be but only 2 or 3 classes worth of students, and of course we can't work unless there's at least 6 sections or 6 classes of students, or 6 sections of students or classes rather, that are going to be you would teach. So therefore, if that content area that you teach is only speech, you're pretty much out of a position for now. That's where it stands.
Well, I think it's a decrease in students that we have attending our campus. Plus, it is a change in, what's it called, House Bill 3, 4, whatever that thing is, where they've changed the courses that are being offered at the high school level or at the secondary level. It happens every year that teachers get reassigned or laid off because, you say layoff, it's just reassigned because of student enrollment in schools. Happens every year. I think speech is a very important component in a high school. Even, don't y'all have to take it at the college level? I mean, I had to take it at the college level. So I think as far as dealing with job interviews and how to talk to people, and I mean, I do think it's an important course to have.